Hello guys, happy Sister Sunday. So today I have a bit of a juicy topic and it's how to know if they're the one. And this can be like for any relationship you want to have, and this is a romantic relationship, how to know if they're right for you. Obviously guys, this goes without saying, but my advice is just coming from my personal experience as well as like me speaking on a generic basis. Obviously you guys know your lives, you know what's best for you, so always go with what you think is the right thing. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. Okay, so advice number one, make sure you guys have the same goal for a relationship. Make sure, you know, if you're in it for a short time but a good time, make sure that they are also in it for that reason. If you're in it for the long haul and you're looking to find, you know, a future husband or future wife, then make sure that they're in it as well for the long haul. The worst thing that you could ever do is be in a situation where one person wants something, the other person wants something completely different, because you guys will just never meet in the middle and your goals will just never align. So make sure, and I know it's a big question on the first date, but make sure you establish that you both have the same goal. Advice number two is try and date someone with a similar lifestyle to yours. I think that when it comes to explaining values, cultural norms, the way you were brought up, where you're from, what you believe in, those are kind of like really, really big like blocks in a relationship if you guys aren't aligned on them. And it's a shame sometimes because, you know, you might be the most well-fitting people, but your lifestyles just don't align. And then what can you do? You know, you can't really change that sometimes. So I would say make sure those kind of key elements of your life are aligned with one another, even if they're the same, if they're similar, or at least you guys have an understanding and an appreciation for where each other is coming from. Otherwise, guys, honestly, it's just a recipe for a disaster. Now, my third piece of advice is to pay attention. This is key, guys. There are certain things at the beginning of a relationship that understandably might crop up in their behavior and you'll just be like, meh, it's nothing, who cares, it was one time, it wasn't that bad. No, guys, no, because those are the sort of things that if they don't know from the beginning and you accept it, it will continue happening. If you want to know if they're the one, you want to make sure that when you say something that you don't like, they just don't do it again, because that's really key, is adapting, making sure you're bettering each other. We have a responsibility, and I've said this so many times, we're raising each other. Guys, we're all so young on my page. We have a responsibility in the relationship that we're in to raise each other. If someone isn't acknowledging or responsive to your feedback, that's a red flag, guys. Now, I was speaking about tip number 4 with one of my really good friends the other day, and I told her, listen, there is no such thing as Mr. Right or Miss Right. You're gonna find, in my opinion, Mr. 70% or Miss 70%. And that 30% of things that you don't really like, you need to make sure that you can tolerate these things. Because, for instance, I might absolutely not be able to be with someone who's lazy. But you might be like, you know what? I don't really mind if they're lazy. That's all right. But you might really, really hate someone who is smelly. But I might be like, I don't mind if they're smelly. Not true. But I think it's worth just making sure that what you're conceding on with someone is something that you can tolerate, not something that you're completely against. I've saved the best tips for last. Tip number 5, guys. Trust your gut. It is never going to lie to you. There's been so many situations in life, not just relationships, where I felt in my heart, something's not right. And then a couple of years later, I've been proved right. And I'm just looking at myself like, Erin, sis, why didn't you just kind of stop it as soon as you realised? So you guys don't need me to tell you if they're the one, because trust me when I say you already know. All right, guys, that's it. I just want to say, though, make sure that you're with someone that's giving you the exact same energy and effort back. Make sure that you're accepting them as much as they're accepting you. And make sure you're both equally invested in making each other a better person. That is really key. You guys, I know you all so well. You are truly amazing people. You deserve, honestly, the best. So just make sure you're giving yourself the best. And I love you so much. Mwah.